And so if you're an executive and you're hanging out on, say, LinkedIn, where, all those recruiter cats are hanging out, how do you demonstrate on LinkedIn to a recruiter what your brand is so that they might perceive you as the right person for their client?
Okay. Yeah, let's break that down into two parts. Let's just talk about what brand means to you as an executive. And there's a wonderful branding coach that I'm going to quote her. And that quote is, "Your brand is the experience people imagine they will have with you based off of what they know." So when it comes to your responsibility as an executive, because a lot of people come to me and say, it's not what you know, Saundra, it's who you know. No, it is who you know that knows what you know, that knows that you have branded with. In other words, it doesn't have to be a close contact. And I've got two landing stories of people where that original conversation was in line at Starbucks. It could be a call from a recruiter where you brand with them. Branding means they understand what sort of tool you are and what you are used for. Not the product description of the tool, but rather what you do for the company. So therefore, just like, and here's where all recruiters are like everybody else. We all just want to be useful. Anybody in your network, 85% of executives are going to get their job through network. And we as networkers really just want to be useful. How can I be useful to you? Our networking brain starts to go off when somebody has identified the problem they solve, or the company for what it does. That's a brand. You know the company for what it does. And somebody with that problem, and you snap those two together. That's how you look useful. And getting that to happen with a recruiter, you have to first remember, recruiters are strings. You don't push them, you pull them, which means they have to find you first on LinkedIn. Mostly that finding is going to happen through their search capabilities. Their search capabilities that they pay for through LinkedIn as a LinkedIn subscription, can be anywhere between $10,000 to $50,000 a year. And they're using that to have a 1 billion member database of which they can use search functions to find that person. And then when they find that person, they message you. Let's chat. That conversation that you have with them has to be where you brand. If that goes well, yeah, send me your resume. And then you have to make sure that that resume reflects what you just told them. If there's a lot of disconnect, they're going to have, in their mind, risk at forwarding you to their client, because now the things they heard from you don't match with what's on the resume. And when I say match, I mean, does that value proposition come clear?
Yeah.
When it's a perfect match, they're like, oh, yes, I'm going to look, this is a perfect match. I don't have to do any explaining to the client.